Hey everyone, thanks for joining me. I'm Grub Boss. We're just continuing our playthrough of Heavy Rain. The last video we just stopped at this point here, so we're going to continue through and see what's going on. Yeah, if you haven't already, click the subscribe button and follow along with the rest of the playthrough, or check out my other playthroughs. Yeah, so we're just gonna continue through and see what's going on. Oh, looks like we're in the hospital or something.
Hello, I'm looking for Anne Shepard's room.
Please sign the visitor's book. Are you a member of the family?
Yeah, you could say that.
Oh, she'll be pleased to have a visitor. No one ever comes to see her. With the Alzheimer's, she has trouble remembering things, but it'll still please her, you know. It's room 19 at the end of the corridor.
Thank you.
Okay, so we just gotta get to room 19. Why is the garbage so shiny? Oh. Okay, so room 19. 9. Orchids. Oh, there it is.
Hello, Mrs. Shepard.
Is it time for my pills already?
No, Mrs. Shepard,
They're never on time with my pills. I don't know what they do here. In the other hospital, they were always on time. But here...
I came to talk about your son, Mrs. Shepard.
My son? I have no son.
Do you
Talk
remember
about John.
My Johnny. He is a good little boy, you know.
You had a son named John, and John had a twin brother.
Do you have my pills? It's time for my pills.
I know what happened at Carnaby Square. Do you remember?
Carnaby Square. I think I used to live there a long time ago. We didn't have much money at the time, you know. We had to make do with very little.
Okay, yeah, let's try the second son
Your other
again.
son, Mrs. Shepard, John's twin brother. What was his name?
What other son? Oh, I have no other son. I never had any children.
Try to remember, Mrs. Shepard. John's twin brother was placed with a foster family after the accident. What was the name of the foster family?
I asked them for a television, you know. They said I didn't have enough money. It's a pity. I'm fond of television.
I think your son is in trouble, Mrs. Shepard. He's done some terrible things. I need to find him. Do you understand?
Terrible things you're telling me. He never came to see me, can you believe it? In 10 years, never. No one forgets their mother, do they?
Mrs. Shepard, your son may be linked to a series of murders. Perhaps you have some information that could help the investigation.
Are you a new nurse? Where are my pills?
All right, no point in wasting my time. I won't learn anything more by staying here.
Oh, that's weird.
I love origami, but that's not my favorite one.
Hmm. So she must have taught her sons how to do origami. See the hummingbird, dog, frog. Maybe your favorite's the dog. Let's try that one.
Oh, you know how to do these little dogs too. My children loved origami. I taught them how to do it. John loved the little dogs. He always wanted to call them Max. Max, Max, Max? All dogs with the same name. I was wasting my time telling him they couldn't all have the same name. But he always wanted his paper dogs Max. It's funny, isn't it?
Seems to be working. She's remembering stuff. Gotta find something else to show her.
Maybe gotta try another one. Oh, come on.
Did you make these origami figures?
My little paper animals. They played with them for hours. I showed my boys how to make them, you know.
Yes, your boys, Mrs. Shepherd. John and... what was your other son's name again?
My other son? I only had one son, my little Johnny.
God, she has pretty bad Alzheimer's.
You don't seem to get many flowers, Mrs. Shepherd.
No, but I love them. My son knows that I love flowers. I know he'll bring me some.
Are these your children, Mrs. Shepherd? John and his brother? Is that them?
They're good little boys. Their father never looked after them, always drinking. They didn't have an easy life, you know.
Wonder if I should grab those flowers in the hall.
Does Mrs. Shepherd ever talk about her past?
It's not all very clear to her now. Sometimes she'll remember the oddest things, though. I suppose if she sees something that reminds her of her past.
Does she get many visitors?
She's been here for 10 years and you're the first.
I'm looking for her other son. He was adopted. I mean, he's probably changed his name. Is there any official documentation on Mrs. Shepherd?
No, there's nothing really. Nothing about her family. I guess if her son was adopted, then she's the only one who could tell you about that. Sometimes, if you show her things, it seems to trigger a memory from her past. You might get it to remember.
Thanks for the advice.
I wonder if I could take those orchids. This definitely has to be related, since at most of the crime scenes they leave one of these flowers.
What a lovely orchid. My sons loved orchids. We used to grow them in the back. When John died, I laid orchids on his grave. I cried when they told me. I'd already lost one of my children, and now they were taking away another one, you understand.
The foster family, Mrs. Shepherd. What was the name of the foster family that adopted John's brother?
They were really very nice people. I met them, you know. In the beginning, I used to go and see my little boy. And then I got sick and I couldn't go any longer. Perhaps he thought I'd forgotten him. He must have thought I didn't love him anymore.
His name, Mrs. Shepherd. What was his name?
But I loved him. If you only knew how much I missed him.
Please, Anne. His name. What was his name?
Come closer.
That doesn't help too much, they just kind of whisper it. Okay, back to Nathan. This is a really cool hallway.
The last origami figure. The last trial.
Wait, how did he get in there? There's no door at the end. Wonder what's with all the screens. It's so weird.
The last trial. The last question. Are you prepared to give your life to save your sons? There is a deadly poison in this file. It will kill you in exactly 60 minutes. If you drink it, you will get the last letters of the address. You will have enough time to save your son and say goodbye to him, but then you will die. You can drink the file or decide to leave. The choice is yours.
Save Sean and die. Christ. He loses his father, but at least he's alive. Maybe it's the right thing to do. There's got to be another way. I can't kill myself to save my son. Poison. So, if I drink this, I'll be dead in an hour, and if I don't, I won't get the last letters. The cameras. He must be watching me. Kill myself to save Sean? That's ridiculous. I'll find some other way. I'm sure I can save him. 1 hour to live. Just enough time to save Sean.
Well, we need to save him, so let's do it.
The last letters have been sent to your phone.
It kind of seems like a really easy to remember address.
I did what I had to, Sean. Your dad's coming to save you.
Okay, now we're back at the agent. I think we got all the clues and everything to solve who the killer is, but I guess we'll see.
We've only got a few more hours left to save Sean Mars. There has to be a goddamn clue somewhere. It's probably staring me in the face. This kid's gonna die, and I'm going around in circles!
All packed up and ready to go?
What are you talking about?
The investigation's over. We know who did it. We no longer need your services anymore, Norman. So you can ride your files all the way back to Washington. I'd be lying if I said I was gonna miss you.
The investigation isn't over. You have absolutely nothing on Mars.
Mars is guilty. Case closed. Anyway, it's no concern of yours now. You're off the case. So pack up and fuck off.
Blake, you are an unbalanced, psychopathic asshole.
I'll take that as a compliment. Honestly, I don't give a shit what you think. I found the origami killer. Everyone's happy. End of story. Have a nice trip back, Norman.
God, Blake is a douche.
The killer's name is here. Somewhere in this data. I just have to find it. Find it before it's too late.
Oh, one last thing, sir. You should be careful not to overindulge in you-know-what. It can be dangerous. very dangerous. It'll end up killing you if you're not careful. That would be most unfortunate, sir.
Oh, so he's just hallucinating that guy too. Okay, so let's check this out first.
There is always a railroad line adjacent to where the bodies are found. And all the victims disappeared in the fall.
Okay, so it's still within that area.
The killer is white, aged between 30 and 45. He is intelligent, calm, and determined. An organized type. He has a car. He's probably employed, but his work allows him free time.
Okay, so that wouldn't be on the map, so that's not helpful. Okay, okay, now let's try the clues. Okay, let's check the tire tracks. So something new with those. I'm surprised they have no information, like how many of those cars are around.
Ari was in record mode when I was fighting with the killer. Perhaps there's something on him. The sword was already in Paco's office. It's got nothing to do with the killer.
No, it's still the sword. Okay, so he's right-handed.
Gold watch. I'm sure I've seen this before somewhere.
Ah, he's a cop.
The watch they give for promotions to lieutenant. The killer is a cop.
Let's see. Just the watch. Okay, so
Looks like the killer is a cop. Carter Blake! That would explain the dead-end investigation and his desire to frame Ethan Mars.
okay, so there's quite a few people around that got one of those.
2 receipts
Check out
from the
these
same gas
receipts.
station. Might be near the killer's home. Ugh, that doesn't get us anywhere. Cop. There's only one cop in that geoprofiling zone. Gotcha.
Oh,
He
why
owns
is
a
it
warehouse on
raining?
the docks. If I'm wrong, Sean Mars is dead.
Let me stay with you, Scott. I don't want to go.
Look, it'll only take a couple of days. Long enough to get this resolved.
I can't just wait while you confront my son's killer.
It's the only way, Lauren. Trust me. Now go stay with your mother for a few days, and I'll come and get you when this is all over.
Tell me who the origami killer is. I want to know who killed my son.
Listen, when I'm done, I'll tell you everything I know. I promise.
That's really odd. It didn't really seem like a romantic connection between them.
Hang on, John. I'll get help. Just hang on. Go on, hurry. I think the water's rising. I'm hurrying. I'll be right back.
So I think we need to rush back to the dad. Well, at least the dad's right there.
Dad, it's John. He fell into a pipe.
Ah,
He's
get out of
drowning.
here, you little pest. Leave me
You
alone.
gotta come, Dad. Come on, John's gonna die. John's gonna
Well,
die.
that'll be one less greedy mouth to feed, won't it? Go
Please,
away.
Dad, I'm begging you. John's gonna die. John's gonna
What did
die,
I
Dad.
tell ya? Grab!
Please, Dad. You've got to save John. I tried, John. I really tried. But he wouldn't come. Please don't die, John. Please. Don't forget about me, Scotty.
Wow, what a nice dad. Wait, why does he have the picture? So he's just burning all the evidence? No way. So he's been the killer all along? It's actually pretty insane that he's been behind everything and we've been playing the character, yet we had no idea what he was doing. Okay guys, since from all the information that we're getting and we now controlled medicine, I think I'm gonna stop the video here. Then we'll figure out what's going on and see if Scott actually is the killer. Yeah, if you haven't already, please click the subscribe button for the rest of the playthrough or to check out any other playthrough that I got on there. Also, you can check out my Instagram or my Twitter at gruffboss001 for more updates. And yeah, Thanks again for checking out my video, and I hope you join me next time.